welcome.
Way to start the show.
Okay, hi everybody. Thank you for your patience. How are your weekends? Good. Glad to hear it. I have Valentine's for you. You can pick which one you want. There's temporary tattoos. There are these things. Just so you know, if you use these, I don't know if y'all have y'all gotten these before? Okay, so if you take the top thing and put it in the bottom, there's a new one. There's not just the one. And then there's a little bit of silly putty left. So whatever y'all get. So, real quick, tomorrow is your last day for all the weaving stuff. Unless you were gone, so Daniel, you and Nicole. Aside from you guys, y'all should have all the weaving stuff turned in by tomorrow at midnight. I'll give you till midnight. Make sure to do that literary element. There should be questions about your process, and then there's the fiber artist. A lot of you did not put your artist up there, so not right now, but by the end of class I would do that because they're supposed to all be different. So make sure that you are doing a different person than everyone else. Okay? And then with that being said, what did we work on Friday?
Still alive.
Practicing still life, y'all are wonderful. Yes. So we are moving on today to our new project. I'm going to go through everything and then play the video for you. But today we'll start on our finals and get our compositions ready, okay? What's a composition again? What's a composition? I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna walk in. So a composition is however the piece is arranged, right? So how all the stuff is in it, whether it's full, whether it's an empty composition, dynamic, not how. Okay? So, we have a short week this week, and it's actually extra short for me. So I won't be here Thursday. With that being said, you guys are pretty independent and you're really smart. So we're gonna keep going on the project. If you feel like you need help, obviously you can email me and I'll touch base with you closer to Thursday. But I won't be here Thursday. We only have 4 days this week and only 3 next week. So y'all have a really short week next week. With that being said, your sketchbook for this week is going to continue into next week. Still just 45 minutes, but you're gonna draw a spot in your room or in your house. So here's a couple examples. Everyone looking up. Here's an example of a room, a corner. That one's really nice. This is part of a bathroom. You could do part of your kitchen. You could do your living room. You could do a different room. You guys get to pick, but it needs to take you at least 45 minutes and it has to be from life. Okay, so that means you're doing it of a real part of a real room that you're looking at. Does that make sense? Cool, thanks. All right, you can use any media, but that will not be due until next Friday, okay? So you have all this week, all next week. Cool. So, we're gonna come back to those. What you're gonna do today, and you're not gonna do this quite yet, but just in a moment after we start our videos and look at the very beginning of how to do a still life, you are going to get in either a group of 2 to 3, no more than 3 people for sure. 3 is kind of a lot to look at the same thing. Or you can work on your own if you would like. But if you work on your own, just know you have to pick all your objects yourself. You are going to come to our object area. Hopefully you all have your objects if you're going to bring one in. I would really like you all to have a personal object. If you didn't bring it in, you'll just be picking my stuff. We're going to go one by one so it's fair, so we all get stuff we want. We'll pick 4 or 5 objects or more. So a lot of people in second period end up with like 6 or 7 objects because you want to make that composition feel full and interesting. You want a lot to look at, right? But you also don't want to like be overwhelming and pick random things. You want them to go together, okay? So we will pick 1 object at a time going in a circle. 5 object minimum. Everyone say 5 objects. 5 objects is your requirement, okay? So you can do more, you have to do at least 5. If you get a rock or a seashell or a marble, those do not count, because they're this big, okay? You also cannot get 5 marbles, and they count for 5 objects, okay? You have to have dramatic lighting. So we looked at a couple of still lifes. Do y'all remember the artist that was really dramatic at the beginning? He has a weird name, starts with a C. That's okay. Caravaggio, okay? So he had that really darks and lights with the bright color. So, how many of you edited a photo on help, I'm happy to help. But, y'all know what brightness is. Exposure, contrast, shadows. Those are gonna be your tools to make it more dramatic, just play with them. Finding that balance to get highlights and shadows. Yeah? Good so far? Okay. So, once you take your photo, you're gonna use one of these two places at the back. Everyone look back there. You're gonna have to be patient, so if you need time to write that literary element of the weaving, you should do that while you wait. Or if you have a late sketchbook, you should do that while you wait. These two areas, they have fabric already, but you can also switch out the fabrics. If you do a fabric, I would highly suggest not doing the pattern unless like you were really, really up for a challenge. So it doesn't really matter what color, because you're thinking in shades, right? Because you're just doing black and white. But you're using one of those, and you already have the lamp to kind of make it a little more dramatic, but if you need to, you can also add it. You can also make it black and white. So there's like the little filters. There's one black and white that's the cleanest look, so don't do the one that's kind of grainy. I don't like the way that one looks. But then you're gonna submit it on Classroom. There's already a spot, and I will print it for you, and you'll be working off that photo throughout this process. I'm looking at next Friday being your due date. Okay, so you will have the 4 days this week starting today, and then you'll have 3 days next week. If we need to extend it, we will, but that's what it's gonna be as of now, okay? All right, don't be scared, it'll be okay. It goes faster than you think. You must have one glass object or metal, so one glass or metal reflective object. There's also one mirror, that would count, and one fabric or fiber. Really only the fabric or like the baskets count as a fiber, okay? Does that make sense? So your requirements, 5 objects, 1 glass or metal, 1 fiber. So here's an example of mine. I'm going to show you where I got on my sketch today and how I started there, but the video is exactly how I do it. You should not be adding value today. You should not be adding value today. You probably won't be adding value tomorrow. You might not be adding value Wednesday. Okay? Maybe by Thursday you'll start to dabble, but no value today. You're just getting your lines and shapes, okay? So we're starting really simply. So I think I picked, I don't remember which one I picked. I think the one on the left is the one I ended up picking. But things to note is that there's different heights, okay? There's also some movement coming towards you with the grapes, the brush, and the rope, and the wheat. So that gives your eyes some leading lines through the piece, so keep that in mind. We already went through this. If you have questions about requirements throughout, just let me know. We're gonna watch this video. It'll only take you, it's only 3 minutes long, I think. That's the second one. So pay attention to the whole thing, because it is important. Also, you need a pencil out, because I want you to do what he's doing. You don't need paper, just the pencil out.
Hello, welcome to ArcheryToolsOnline.com. My name is Paul Priestley, and today I'm going to be showing you how to measure anything, any part of your drawing really, really accurately. So if you're drawing a still life or a landscape, you can measure elements of that still life and landscape by using your pencil and your thumb. The way it works is like this. You must have your arm at arm's length. You must keep it at
So
arm's
try
length.
this out. You should have a pencil in your hand. Try it.
In between fingers like that. And just move your thumb up and down your pencil. Now the idea is that we use the top of the pencil to measure the top part of the element, and the thumb measures the bottom part.
So I want you all holding a pencil up and out with your whole arm. Try it out. Compare one student's head to the other student's head, or height to height, or an object in the room.
That is the still life that I'm going to draw. And imagine it's actually on a table and sitting in front of you. I'm using a photograph for this demonstration, but just imagine that with the moment. You can
So
see.
I'm gonna pause real quick. The reason this is important is not because the objects are the size of your pencil, right? You're not gonna put it to your paper and draw it that size. It's to compare. So if I'm this far away, I can say, okay, this bag is the same, is like a third of the width more than that box. Okay, you're comparing things to another. Your objects are not this big. Do not draw them this big. Okay. keep going.
What I'm going to do is use my finger, you see, to measure the various elements. That's what I'm going to do. And the way it works is like this. I'm going to look for the tallest element in my design, and I'm going to draw a line. And that's going to represent very likely, that's going to represent my line. Okay, now it doesn't matter how tall or how big you make this line, there we are. Now, I know that that line is now the equivalent to the height of this. If I want to measure a section against this, I can do this, you see. I can take my measure here, I can measure that bit here, and I know that that bit fits into here, probably a third. So I know now that a third of the way up this line is where that point is. So I can take approximately a third there, and that's where the top of my section is. That is the equivalent to that. You see the idea? So I can make a little mark. That would be bottom here. Now within that, I can now measure other things. So for example, if I wanted the element at the bottom here, you see, I could take that little bit, and here that fits in there. 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5. So approximately a third of the way. So I can work out a third, a little bit less than that. That's where that section would be. So I could mark that. And I would simply keep doing that and work through my drawing. Just to give you another example here, you see, I could say that that measurement across there, you see I'm looking at that. Remember my arm is always at arm's length when I'm looking at my still life. I'm looking at that, and I see that that is the same size as that. So if I look at that on here, I know that that line is I'm using that measurement. So I'm always referring one to the other. Now I will just keep following that to complete my drawing. But what you could do, if you want part 2.
So I want you to really note how simple this candlestick looks right now. Yeah? But do you know where you would start to draw your shapes? Yes, kind of. So you're not going to start with your shapes. You need to figure out where things are first. I would start just how he did with just a simple middle line with the height of whatever object it is. So you kind of know where they're going to start. And I'll show you how to do that too in a little bit. Be patient because it will take us a little while to get our photos. But tomorrow we'll start class with his value video, okay? Does that make a little bit of sense though watching that? Okay, hopefully it'll make more sense once you actually start to try it. So, with that being said, go ahead and get either in a group or make the decision to be by yourself. Both are fine. If you are by yourself, just know it might take another minute to set up and take our photo. Your photos need to be good. They need to be good. You're getting graded on them because that is your organization of your composition, which normally you get to pick. You're good looking on. Normally you get to pick fully, and now you do too, except for the fact that we only have these objects. So this is what mine looks like. We'll print it, and you will have your own to work off of. I'm gonna print yours a little bigger because I'm working a little smaller. Okay? Do y'all know who you're working with? Yeah? Kind of? Y'all know where Jackson is?
Yeah, he just said that.
Who's what?
He just said that. Yeah. He said it's National Nap Day.
Oh, wow, I wish I was there.
He did.
Okay, cool. You guys working together?
Yeah.
Cool. Alone, or you wanna work with me? Cool. Partners. 2. Okay, cool. Hold on. Okay, so y'all are gonna have to be really patient. You're gonna go one by one, pick out your objects. You're gonna set up your still life at your table, and then you're gonna go over there and take your picture. When you go to take your picture, a couple pointers. You can move this lamp. With this, you can also move it like this. So pick your lighting because the light source is part of it. When you take it, do not take it from here. Do you all know how to do 2-point perspective? Okay, maybe some of you do, you don't have to. For this, you want to keep it simple, so come down to the level so you only have to draw what you see in front of you. Does that make sense versus like a height view? Yeah? So take it level with your picture. And then you should have fabric, probably, unless you have a different fiber. Okay, so I'm going to keep the black one on black and white, so if you use that one, it's not gonna be blue, it's gonna look like a light gray, and that'll be like black. Yeah? Yeah? Cool, we're gonna go that way first. So get with your partner, make it make some sense. We'll go one at a time, so y'all can go ahead and grab your first two. Okay, it's you and Grant, everybody have it? Y'all can go ahead and grab them. You know where Darian is?
Oh, you left early.
Oh.
Again.
Again. And then y'all can just go ahead and get up whenever. Do y'all know where Nicole is?
She's I think she's
She's where? Yeah, grab your items too, guys.
Oh, mine's not back. You wanna see?
What?
You wanna see mine?
Your what?
My item.
Yeah, of course. Oh, how awesome.
This is, I have no clue what kind of stuff. Well,
It looks like a cassette. Does it work?
And the battery's out, and I don't have any film for it. It's hard to find film for that camera.
Yeah, I think it's hard to find film for a lot of them now.
That's the
So
thing.
how do you like focus it? Or is
So
it just like general?
it's kind of just general,
Like a Polaroid?
kind of.
Does this open it?
It does.
Interesting. That's awesome. Ah, you might want the other camera then.
What other camera?
There's another camera up there.
Oh, you did that. So we need 5 items,
You have to have 5 at
1
least.
glass.
I forgot to put that Darian in here. Let me change that.
I'm trying to think of what I could put it with.
Jacob, your birthday's coming up. Y'all can go ahead. Yes, sir. A couple.
What did you just do? Right. Did you want to use me?
I forgot it turned on.
But for if you're gonna get tweaked, you need a couple weeks.
She has so many drops. Yeah, well, she's got it. One at a time. Yeah, y'all are getting one at a time, guys. Just one at a time. Just one at a time. If you already have 2, go sit down. That's okay. You're doing one at a time, so it's fair. It's okay if you already got a few. All right. Ashton, Brennan, go ahead.
We need one of the.
You can take those. James, you can take the lead. It's okay.
Okay.
Just take whatever you already have.
Okay.
Because he is so smart and does so many things that I do that I don't get. He has like 20 companies, he's on all the shows, good dancer, good singer. Yeah, four. Maybe not. I might not do that part. Jacob, Jody, y'all can go. Go pick something. Keep in mind that height. You want a couple different heights to jump in?
I guess it works out.
Say that the production value was kind of low. It didn't feel like the set was cool, the photo was cool, but like. It's kind of short, but also like the outfits is like amazing. They look okay. There's no film yet. Keegan, I think you have to go.
You just think you're playing with the camera.
I like it when it's
I'm ready to retire and switch teams again. Should go back to the Patriots. Doing too well.
only getting like one at a time. One at a time, maybe two, that's okay, but we're going back around. So that people get good picks.
Not that.
Alright, y'all go. Just one at a time. It's okay if you got two already, but. Probably need like a mid-grade.
Okay, and what else?
One at a time. Just trying to go one at a time.
You go.
You can go too. Your partner can go too. Rylan, hang on upside down. Let's grab some yarn if you want.
Okay.
I have like magnets like that.
Whatever, it is.
Oh no, y'all done? Okay. Megan, go Grayson, go Bailey.
We got a lot.
Maybe a couple extra days.
I think so.
You get the person or no?
Can you do it at home? You don't really.
I got a shoe and a baseball.
So, it's up to you.
You can do the person.
If you finish yours, you won't have like.
I don't even know.
Or something. You can always do two.
Fill in what?
You get frustrated.
Normally I try and do, so I was keeping it where it was pencil and then we did paint the second one. And it just so bad. Yeah.
Why are we both?
Okay.
Just wanted to do, give me my car.
We don't.
That one?
Yeah. I didn't give it a rush.
Okay. And then we'll do a little race car.
Bailey, did you go? Great. You already went there? Did you go? Alan, Daniel, go. Y'all pay attention to who's up. Just go after someone else. What? You're gonna end up with five. You should have two. Are y'all working together? It's up to you though.
Me?
But you can go pick one if you want.
Didn't even look at me. You're looking over here.
Just know if your composition is lacking or looks too easy, I will make you get more objects.
Yep, and then we'll do the, posters, the campaign posters. We've already done those. Huh? No, we just numbers them.
Yes. You have to do your own drawing. Oh. So want to be his partner for that camp? It was nice. So that's a little more exciting than most people after this.
All right,
Here we go.
my
Jacob, don't bend your paper. Don't bend your paper. Don't bend your paper.
I'm gonna bend the paper.
Don't bend it. Let's see. Which of y'all would we think? Oh, actually, Alan, I think you're going. Hey. Yeah, does he come down? Okay, where does he go to? Okay, cool. All right, and this is it gonna take him all of class? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, cool. All right. Bye. Alan, you have to go do the FBLA testing. Do you want to grab the rest of your objects like super quick? Or do you want to just do it when you get like tomorrow? We can do it tomorrow. Because then you technically, yeah, but technically tomorrow you'll have all of them anyway. Because they'll be done.
I'll just do it tomorrow.
Okay.
I can leave my stuff here.
Yeah.
I mean, why would it be fun?
Can we bend the paper?
Paper.
Are we
be sketching on it? Or
No, this is your final paper.
I guess you're sketching,
Okay,
sketch.
Where should we put the tweet?
Look, I'm,
Big paper?
yes,
Brennan, do you have a sheet yet? Sheet of paper? Alright guys, keep going in your circle. Whoever's next. Whoever's next. Take initiative to stand up and get a piece of, or I guess an
Yeah,
object.
one for each of us.
And you should have a piece of paper now. Really, really lightly in a corner, on the back of your paper, write your initials or name, lightly, because you might need to use the other side if you mess up. Hey, what?
If you can shift it ever so slightly, it may or may not be.
This man.
It's fine.
This man.
I don't think this is part of the actual week.
Alright. Don't bend your paper.
I bet the paper.
I gotta keep that shoe in every day.
Oh my God, it's big.
No, but you can keep it.
We got 4 things.
You gotta have at least five minimum. Keep going in a circle, guys. Whoever's next. Don't grab another.
We got
David.
I just grabbed one in there. Yeah. Like fits perfect.
There's a couple. Has to have one glass object, one fabric. Caroline, go grab another one. Alright, we're looking like we're close to the end. If you need your last object, start to grab things. Bryn.
You stop.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, does wheat count as a fabric?
What?
Wait, this is fabric also?
No need fabric.
It counts as a fabric? Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Look, you got hair.
You said we need a glass?
One glass object, one, or reflective if you do metal. Or mirror, that counts. So you can keep it.
It's clear, I thought that Brennan got killed.
Is this all your stuff? I would probably omit at least one of those and get something kind of stationary, like you can get the actual basket and maybe stick him in it, and only have to draw like half of it. Maybe the same thing with like the Nerf gun.
For the bench unit.
What's this cat's name again? Do you
Oh.
want a pencil?
Somebody's on the page.
So y'all can have this basket. Alright, anyone have a still life setup that is ready for me to look at it? Put it together in a good composition.
With the mirror, definitely. What is that?
Here, how to set this up.
I do think you could add some pearls or like something cool. There's 2 sets of pearls. You might like to include this. And you can break it if you need to. Or use it. Like I'll put your faces in it at the end of the drawing. Alright, start to see how your objects interact, guys. How do they go together? You want it to make somewhat of a sense-ish. It doesn't have to be like.
I haven't done that.
I don't really know until like I'm in front of a camera. Are you doing both cameras?
I mean, I was thinking, like, how I could do it.
Could also have a recording on the background. Do you want the thing to be open?
It doesn't need to be.
It also do it on the top of it. You need something else like organic here.
Does the paper count
Yeah.
as a fabric?
Not as a fabric. Yeah, it's probably do fabric. Fabric or the basket. It does have crystals.
What do you mean?
You are right, James. So something kind of flowy. I mean, you could bring this around, but that's kind of boring. I might do like a peacock feather or like a you.
I could use a pearls.
Yeah, you can do pearls. Pearls do take a little while.
Can I use the tiny basket?
You're probably gonna want it. Nice. So I told someone in second period, this is gonna be really hard to draw just because of like the five shapes, like they're all very different. So I might do like roses or like wheat or like eucalyptus, but like I do trust that you can draw. I might even do one more pose.
What?
I don't know if all the photos are taken. You can also take stuff out of this if you want that phase. Yes, love.
What?
You want to do all of this?
Yeah, and then she said we should probably lay down some sort of like fabric makeup.
All right, anyone set up and ready? All right, so y'all are taking turns at the two back stations. Go ahead and start putting them together. Careful on that stool, Joey. They're really shaky. Yes.
Yeah. It's already there.
If you're gonna have that, you
I mean, it's just gonna be a gray, so.
Good.
Oh my God. You done broke it. I'm broke it.
I got one tool. You clean them this today.
Get one more interesting thing. I don't know. It's your still life. I don't want to pick your stuff. Pretty sure. No. I was gonna try and do the project with you. We'll see how much time I get. I'd like to see more of the classroom. What'd you say? Nice. What are you asking me? Somewhere on the tables, right?
I looked over there, but they weren't.
Did you look over somewhere else?
Nope, just there. I gave my back
Nothing is heavy enough. This guy?
Water bottle.
There's no water in it. Now it's just Daniel still. Stop it, Cameron. It's so annoying. You're gonna forget that. That's okay.
Just move.
I have to record my class.
Well, not just me.
Yeah, whatever. Is this a TV? That's a door. Where's the TV at? Oh, there you go. You can see some more people there. Wasn't it just right there, though? Look at the rest of the class. There's people.
Okay, how do I set this
Whenever I
in? Let
think
me get like right out of the way.
that was great. I think the fabric will help too. You might want to get a drapey fabric. So guys, there's lots of fabrics on the ground too. If you don't like any of the other ones, they have
Right.
different
You wanna do this one
folds and
instead?
such.
Yeah. This color.
Oh.
They're not over here, no?
There's only on one.
It's gonna fall if you move it at all.
Yeah, I would put some on.
This way, this good or should we?
This looks a little. Make sure you can't see. It looks a little empty. I know what you mean.
Should we leave the air
Hold on.
Yes, it says like, keep it open,
One
like
of
this
these
space
is
is the one.
mayonnaise.
Which one do you want out, right or left?
Oh, I was like, what are you
What about strawberries? Y'all fill in the strawberries? Or I would add like one one flower. Just put it in the basket. Here's one flower too, if you want to.
This is what we need. You put it back up. Yo, oh, I know.
And then I guess we could put the strawberries like.
Ah.
Save them those things. Yeah, that's good.
And then we can do the
Awesome.
Napkin solve the problem. Huh?
I was wondering if, what was it?
Here, we'll come look. Groot's eye.
It's just.
Nice. I would only have a little, like, a little bit showing of these, because you don't want it to be too hard to do. I think that's really pretty though. I might have to pull that closer, because it's quite far. Maybe plus the right part.
Now, okay, when I'm doing this for left, I think it's black and white.
Yeah,
The cameras. Like,
they're just gonna be dark. You'll have a darker pencil.
Or
Cool.
and then, so how much?
put the piece in.
I know this may sound stupid, but
No.
how much detail for like?
All the stuff. So it'll be up to you what's more detailed than other things. Because we only have a certain amount of time. Obviously, you can, like, with photorealism, if you drew all these things, it would take a really long time. It's going to be where you're starting. So we'll try and get shapes, and then your work towards values and highlights. And then depending on where we're at, you might end up with like these numbers, you might not. A lot of people who have done these books haven't done it this, maybe just like outlining some rectangles if you want some swirls. And these kinds of things are gonna come up with a texture. You're kind of just gonna like repeat that.
Yeah, because
You don't have to like draw every one of these. Nice. Very nice. Go ahead and submit on classroom.
because
I think the back left table's open. If someone else is ready.
because like I could say.
Bailey, you ready? Bailey's next on the left table, if she's ready.
Because like in my textbook, like I did like kind of like this and everything. I just like did like little.
Yeah. So it might actually be that you make it darker because of the black and then erase those two.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what you do with highlights. So you'll figure it out once you start. Don't worry about it. I did the composition.
I think I need to take a picture of this and then move it over there.
Yeah. You ready now? I think you're probably gonna have like super last.
Why don't we do the store? What's wrong with that?
So when doing that, could you put a red top? Well, yeah, but like, I mean, but like if you keep on over there, if you put it in front of them, like don't draw it in your front.
Gotta incorporate this baseball plan too.
How's that? Huh? Oh my gosh.
And I like your flower. Also, did you know that the calla lily is the flower
So
of
reach
death?
it.
Yeah, right? Very nice. Okay, go ahead and submit. So, while you're waiting, if you're missing sketchbook, if you have that weaving thing you need to finish up. Absolutely. Will you send me a link?
See if you could be like a little like bigger.
That one's more clear. That one's more clear.
That one more clear, makes more sense.
That one's.
Makes more sense.
I have a game called, oh, we played it. Which
We'll get these
Yeah.
edible.
That's nice. And you know, I'm really bad at drawing my
Alright.
own.
Everything's done.
I do have styluses, like the little big ones. So take a few photos, guys, and I can help you pick if you need it.
Do this. So you just took up about as a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My things I said.
and you can't put